How's everyone doing? Today I have a Blu-ray and DVD update, 12 pickups, and if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them, especially since I haven't seen most of them. There's a couple I have seen, but it's been a long time for some of the ones. First up, though, are a couple 4K Ultra HD titles. First up is Patriot's Day, directed by Peter Berg and starring Mark Wahlberg. This is the third based on true story film that they've worked on: Lone Survivor, Deepwater Horizon, and then Patriot's Day. And Mark Wahlberg, I never used to think he was a good actor at all. I thought he had great screen presence, but I think in the past few films that he's done, he's really kind of come into his own acting-wise and become a much better actor. Deepwater Horizon I thought he was amazing in, and I'm looking forward to checking this one out. It's based on the Boston Marathon bombings of, I believe it was 2013, but a good supporting cast in here too. Trying to see who else is in here. J.K. Simmons, Kevin Bacon, John Goodman. Yeah, so it looks like a very star-studded cast. I'm trying to remember who else. I thought there's some, yeah, Michelle Monaghan. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one because I've loved their collaborations in the past, Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg, and it looks like it's going to be another moving film. And nice release right here from Lionsgate for the Ultra HD. And you know, I remember there, actually I'll mention this coming up soon because there's a title in here where a 4K Ultra HD release was canceled. I've been seeing that for a couple titles by this company. I'm kind of surprised by it, but I'll talk about that in a moment. Next up is Allied. Now this one I think is kind of like a spy movie during World War II or right after World War II, but it has Brad Pitt and Marion Cotillard. I'm probably saying that incorrectly. I know she's been in a bunch of stuff and she's very talented. This is directed by Robert Zemeckis, who's an incredible director. The trailers from here look pretty dramatic. It looks like it's going to have a mixture of like some war scenes with a lot of drama and some romance elements going on too, I guess with family. And I believe it's kind of like a spy movie. So I am looking forward to checking this one out. This is from Paramount. And also too, let me know which 2 movies I should watch from this pile tonight, because I'm going to try to knock out 2 movies tonight. So again, there's only a couple in here that I've seen, but they've been a long time ago. So next up is Collateral Beauty. Now this one is from Warner Brothers, and there was a 4K Ultra HD release. I think it was announced, but then they canceled it. And I remember they canceled, I think it was the same thing for The Conjuring 2, where I think they announced that there was going to be a 4K Ultra HD release, and then they canceled it. So I don't know why that is. I think 4K Ultra HD is doing well sales-wise, so that's kind of surprising to me. But Collateral Beauty, I haven't seen this one. I like the cast a lot. Will Smith, Edward Norton, Keira Knightley, Michael Pena, Naomi Harris, Kate Winslet, Helen Mirren. So looking forward to checking it out. It looks like it's, you know, kind of an emotional movie dealing with grief. And I think he's writing letters to like life and death and stuff like that. So again, I'm a big fan of a lot of the people in here, especially Will Smith and Edward Norton, Keira Knightley. I mean, basically everybody in here is great. So definitely worth checking that one out, or looking forward to checking that one out. But again, I'm surprised that they canceled the 4K Ultra HD release. Next up from Lionsgate, the Vestron Video Collector Series is the Wishmaster collection, the 4-film set. I watched the first one when I was a kid. It came out in late 90s, I think 97. I don't see it right now on the back on here. No, 1997. And then they had the sequels. I never watched any of the sequels. I didn't hear good things about the sequels. But I am looking forward to checking them out and rewatching the first one. Remember, the first one had some interesting cast members. I like the lead actress. I can't remember her name, but I thought she was really good from what I can recall. And I want to say Tony Todd, Kane Hodder's in here, and Robert Englund too. So there's some people in here. It's directed by Robert Kurtzman. Oh, Tammy Lauren was the lead actress. She was really good from what I can recall. And Andrew Divoff, who's been in some other stuff too, but it was basically about a djinn granting wishes, essentially, and he was trying to get the rest of his djinn people to Earth and devour souls and cast Earth into damnation. And I like the artwork that they chose right here, the Do Designs. And I remember there was another one too. There's a couple films with similar titles. Kevin Tenney did one, and it wasn't Wishmaster, it was like something very similar name. I remember getting that kind of confused all the time. And even the poster artwork for the first Wishmaster, it kind of reminded me of Warlock a little bit too, that movie, which definitely needs a Blu-ray release too. I'd like to see a Warlock collection going on. But yeah, I love what they're doing, Vestron Video, the Collector Series or Lionsgate with that. And here's the set right here. It all has the same artwork. I would have liked unique disc artwork, but it's a 3-disc set right there with the swing tray. So I'm looking forward to revisiting the first one and checking out the rest. And next up is Sing, which this kind of looks like it was inspired by like Zootopia. It looks like Zootopia meets American Idol. Again, it looks interesting, looks quirky. It has 3 new mini movies. This is from Universal. And yeah, I'm trying to see if they have the voice actors on here. Yeah, Matthew McConaughey, Reese Witherspoon, Seth MacFarlane, Scarlett Johansson, John C. Reilly. Yeah, so a bunch of recognizable voice actors in here. It looks entertaining from the trailers, but we'll see how it is. I do like the slipcover though. It's embossed and kind of raised up. And I believe this does have a 4K Ultra HD release as well. Next up, I'm souped on this one. I remember watching this forever ago and loving it, and for whatever reason, I never ended up picking up on physical media, and now I can. Or I can rewatch it, and now I can own it. And that is Cinema Paradiso. I think this is one of those ones, if you're a fan of film and cinema, that you should definitely check out. This is part of Arrow Video US's Arrow Academy series, which is something that they had in the UK for a while, and they're finally bringing over here to the US, which is amazing. I love that they're releasing these films all over now, because now there's a Criterion collection in the UK, and you know, it's so good to see that they're coming to other regions, and a ton of special features in here. This has 2 versions, the 124-minute theatrical version and the 174-minute director's cut. I'm thinking I saw the theatrical version and not the director's cut, so I'm looking forward to checking the director's cut as well. But yeah, I remember this being just an amazing film, and it's been a long time since I viewed it, so I'm very excited. And then there's the theatrical version right there, and then there is the director's cut, and then you got the reversible artwork, which I like that artwork a lot as well. Right there. I remember the artwork that I remember seeing for like the DVD was different from what I can recall. It's been a long time now, but very excited. So yeah, Arrow Video is just killing it. I've got the booklet in here too. Really nice thick booklet. I just remember it being like a filmmaker who kind of relives his childhood in the movie theater, and he becomes friends with the projectionist, and I just remember being very just an ode to cinema essentially. And I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out again. It's been, again, this one in Wishmaster, it's been so long. It's so interesting to revisit films that you haven't seen in a long time, because I've done it so often lately where there's movies that I loved as a kid and I'm rewatching them now. I'm just not a big of a fan. And just the opposite, there's some films I remember not being that big of a fan of and now really appreciating even more. Like Chasing Amy is one that sticks out in my mind. I used to hate that movie when I first watched it, and then I rewatched it again recently, and I really appreciate it with the emotional honesty and the relationships. Just so many great lines in that movie too. Next up from Arrow Video, part of their Arrow Academy, is The Creeping Garden, which is, I guess, a documentary about the creeping earth underneath, plant life, and plasmodial slime mold as revealed through the eyes of French scientists, mycologists, and artists who work with them. So this is, I guess, interesting organisms and stuff like that. So curious. I like documentaries, and this is a 3-disc set right here. There you go. Right there and there. So a bunch of special features on here. So I'm looking forward to checking out. Oh, the 3rd disc is the original soundtrack. And then again, it has the booklet. And I love that they're doing these Arrow Academy. They're, you know, Arrow Video generally does like a lot of cult horror titles, and then Arrow Academy does a lot more things like Cinema Paradiso and these documentaries, and ones that are a little bit more, not necessarily art house, but a little bit more in depth, a lot more classics, not just the cult titles. And here's some coming soon ones, which is pretty cool. I like that. And again, this one does have the booklet in here too, which, if you're a fan of the films, having the booklet with all the information and scenes from the film, behind the scenes stuff, is just really awesome. So I love that. Again, Arrow Video, one of the best companies releasing out there today. Definitely, if you're a collector, you got the clear case, you got the reversible artwork, newly commissioned artwork, disc artwork, tons of special features, the transfer. It's just awesome. Just a complete total package. Next up is Man Down. And this is one I'm definitely looking forward to checking out. It's Shia LaBeouf, Jai Courtney, Gary Oldman, Kate Mara, and Clifton Collins Jr. And it's basically about him dealing with, he's a Marine, dealing with PTSD, coming home. and just things that happened over there. And it looks, I've seen a couple clips from it, and it looks amazing. I never used to be a Shia LaBeouf fan, but then ever since the movie Lawless, he has gone up through the roof, done some amazing acting roles. I really liked him in Lawless, American Honey, and pretty much everything since then. And the clips that I've seen in here were just raw, and just, you know, you can feel that emotion. You can just look at him. He says something, and you can see that emotion on his face that it invokes. And I just thought it was one that really has me intrigued, and I'm excited to check this one out. So Man Down right here, which is from Lionsgate. Next up is from Criterion Collection, Kanoa. I think this is based on a true story, and where I guess there's a group of, is it Americans? Where a group of Urban University employees on a hiking trip are attacked by residents of the village of San Miguel, Kanoa. They've been manipulated by a corrupt priest telling them that the travelers are communist revolutionaries. So I guess it's like a documentary style narrating that. Yeah, so which would lead to the massacre of student protesters in Mexico City shortly after. So this is, that sounds just crazy to me, and I'm definitely looking forward to checking this out. Most highly regarded works of political cinema in Mexico, so definitely looking forward to that one. And again, Criterion Collection always does a great release as well. One of my other favorite companies releasing out there. And again, the booklet right there, and then they've got interior artwork. So a lot of really eclectic mix of stuff for me to check out that I'm excited about. Next up, and this is Men in Chicken with Mads Mikkelsen. I believe this is a Danish film. I'll have to check on here, but this is from Draft House Films and MVD Visual. This is supposed to be like a dark comedy. This is a hybrid of Three Stooges and Island of Dr. Moreau. I guess there's two siblings who are socially awkward, and they find out after their father passes away that they're adopted half-brothers, and they go to this Danish island of Ork, where they have the rest of their half-siblings living in a mansion with tons of animals going around. Crazy. I've liked a lot of the releases that Draft House Films have put out. They did The Invitation, which was another good one. They do like a thick booklet in here too. They're doing a great job as well. Just tons of information in the booklet. They get a download card, then you get a Blu-ray and a DVD. So you get every kind of format essentially. And then they have interior artwork, or yeah, reversible artwork actually. So there we go. I guess this is the Mend and Hans, the Danish way to say that, Men in Chicken. So I've heard good things about it. There's somebody who has comments on my live stream and tells me to check this out. He's told me that a few times on there. So that's pretty cool that good things about that already heard. So next up is the two DVDs, Childeater, which looks super creepy. I'm looking forward to checking this one out. I guess it's about an urban legend about this guy who lives in the woods and is blind, and he eats the eyes of children to stop the blindness. And somebody's babysitting a kid, and the kid goes missing, and looks super freaking creepy from MVD Visual. Can't wait to check that one out. Next up is Resistance. This looks like it's going to be an emotional journey about World War II. Yeah, it has Michael Sheen in here. But this is from Film Movement, which does a great job with their releases too. They've changed the way they've done their releases, but they have a lot of great films that are worth checking out in their catalog. They recently did The Quiet Earth and Once Were Warriors. They released those on Blu-rays. Two amazing films. But they do a lot of independent stuff as well, not just kind of like classic films, which I consider those ones to be. But this looks like it's going to be a war movie where I guess all the men in the village disappear and there's women trying to find them. So looking forward to checking that one out. So there you go. Those are my 12 pickups. If you've seen them, definitely let me know what you think of them, and let me know which two I should watch tonight. Hope everybody's doing well. Oh, actually, before I say that, a couple people pointed out in my videos, like, oh, you already talked about this one. You showed this one already. A lot of times, like right now, where I haven't seen these movies, or if I haven't seen them in a while, I'll show them in a quick mail day update, which is what this is, and then I'll do another video talking about them, reviewing them in depth once I've viewed them again and viewed out the special features and stuff like that properly. So yeah, I say that as kind of a disclaimer. So if you see that in a movie in a couple different videos, that's the reason why. I show them when I get them in, and then once I view them, I do them in like an update where I'm reviewing them and going more in depth and recommendations and stuff like that. So there you go. There's some more information. But again, hope everybody's doing well. Take care.